Recent data shows kidney disease is growing at an alarming rate, and oftentimes people have no idea they're living with it. According to the American Kidney Fund, people of color are at greater risk for kidney failure. And this is a reality for the brother of one of our very own reporters, Bridget Spencer. Her brother Robert tells me that he wishes he listened to doctors when he first was warned about the chronic killer. Getting about looks a bit different these days for Robert Spencer. He says moving around isn't as easy as it used to be more than 20 years ago when he was on the football field.
Back in 2002, first year of college, we did a physical for football, spring training football in college. I did my physical. They sent me a letter back in the mail through my P.O. box in college saying something was wrong with my kidney function.
In disbelief, Spencer got a second physical weeks later.
I passed the physical, but it was they told me the same thing about the kidney function, and I had high blood pressure. I knew that.
Spencer's doctor prescribed pills to help him improve his blood pressure and his kidney function. But as a student athlete, he wasn't thinking about his health because football and his grades were his primary focus.
Put it on the back burner, basically.
So at what point did you know that it actually started to attack your body in some way?
When I came back home from college, I started getting shortness of breath. And it was just one night, it was just like, I sat down, laid down and to go to sleep. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe laying down.
He was left with no other choice but to get to the hospital.
I get to the hospital that night, man, and they tell me my kidney function is going down. My kidney function is 20%. I'm like, what? What they got to do with my breathing? They said, sort of liquid, it was too much liquid on my body. Like my body was shutting down on me. I didn't even know it.
Data shows 9 out of 10 people with kidney disease are unaware they have it.
Yeah.
Dr. Laura Watkins, a nephrologist with Piedmont Hospital, says there are several risk factors.
Well, in the United States, the leading cause of kidney damage is diabetes, and the second leading cause is hypertension. Unfortunately, our diet is very high in sodium. And another thing we do recommend once we identify that someone has high blood pressure and chronic kidney disease is maybe to limit the sodium in the diet to less than 2,000 milligrams a day, which if you look at labels, that is extremely hard to do.
Spencer says while in the hospital, he learned from doctors that now he'd be put on dialysis. It would become the beginning of a long journey that he assumed was only a quick hospital visit.
I'm thinking it would be a one-time thing, give me some medicine, whoop, whoop, I'm gone. No, they told me that's life, till you get a kidney.
Spencer now receives treatment at a dialysis clinic 3 times a week for nearly 14 hours a week.
Sometimes I'll be feeling weak. Sometimes I'll be feeling energized,
Keeping his eyes forward, he remains hopeful, reminding himself that he fights to live for his children.
They need me. I'm needed. I know I'm needed here still, and that's what drives me to stay.
As for getting a kidney, it could be a while.
The wait list in Georgia can be anywhere from 5 to 7 years, and it really depends on your blood type. And that process is lengthy. The transplant center wants to make sure that the individual, the patient themselves, are healthy enough to receive the organ, so there's a lot of testing.
And at times, it takes even longer. So, in the meantime, Spencer is living in the now, changing many of his habits.
I'm doing better than I was back then, I know that. Yeah, I exercise more.
And he's even started his own garden in his backyard with fresh produce that he can use to whip up healthier meals.
Everything we're talking about is silent, and it's easy to be in denial or not have things checked because this stuff is silent. Diabetes is a silent disease. Hypertension, they call it the silent killer.
What can you say to somebody who's watching right now about how important it is for them to truly listen to their body and not wait?
Take care of your body, man. If your body aching or something, listen to it. If I would have took control of that back then, I wouldn't have this problem now.
So important, and doctors will tell you that chronic high blood pressure or chronic high sugar doesn't happen overnight, but being able to identify it early on could save your life.